Better Woman is brought to you by Audible. Visit betterwomanonline.com/audible to download a free audiobook.
I think people stay in jobs or situations or even relationships that they don't like because they don't really know what else to do. I don't really know what would make me happy, so I might as well stay here. At least I've got a job. There are other people that stay in situations because they say, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that what I really want to do, I can't make a living at. My spouse would kill me if I left this job. This is what I majored in college. How can I throw away that investment? There are many things that stop people from even having the thought. And then there are what I think of as the postponers. I'm going to wait until my child gets to be this age, until I lose X amount of weight, until I have Y amount of money in the bank. And so they're always postponing, and it's generally out of fear. Or they'll say, I'm too old or I'm too young. I'm too educated or not educated enough. So we're always looking for excuses because I think in some ways part of us doesn't really feel entitled to have that sense of yippee. I worked with a woman once and she said, that's why they call it work. She was determined to be unhappy in her job because she was committed to this is work, and yet where she had true gifts, which she did absolutely effortlessly and which were of huge value to her company, she dismissed. Well, that's just something I do. So one of the things that I invite people to pay attention to is, what are those things that are easy for you? What are those things that your friends say, how did you do that? Because in our culture, those things that just seem to be easy for us, we just say, oh, that's just something I do. Not a big deal. That is a core piece of whatever you're looking for. So that's one piece. One thing is many times people get fixated on a particular kind of job, a job title. I invite people to say, let's look at the characteristics of what you want in your work situation. Do you want to be part of a team? Do you want to work alone? Do you want to be the boss or not be the boss? Do you want to travel, not travel? Do you want project work? How much flexibility do you want? What kind of money do you want to make? And begin to identify those characteristics instead of just a job title. The second thing is identify what are those activities or kinds of work that really energize you. Do you just love dealing with people, or do you want to be left alone because getting that spreadsheet right just makes your day? You want to know where you sit in those things. Then it's thinking about the different contents you know about. So you may know a lot about real estate or cooking or software or whatever, or health. And you may also have a lot of processes that you know about. And what we frequently do is we kind of mush them all up like spaghetti and meatballs and say, I know how to write a real estate contract. But what you know is, you know processes. I worked with a woman who had worked in retail and she just was dying to get out of retail. She said, but all I know is menswear. And so we began to look at her process skills. She knew how to manage a team. She knew how to motivate and set goals. She knew a lot of things that had nothing to do with working in men's retail. So once she was able to get clear about that, to get clear about what the characteristics were she wanted in her new situation, those kind of activities that energized her and depleted her, and then the things she was interested in. I said, what are the things that you find you pick up magazines about? And it turns out that she was very interested in art and artists and how they thought about their world and how they thought about their business. And so she went from working in men's retail to actually working with artists and helping them manage the business aspect of what they did. So, was there a title that said artist manager that she was going for? No, but it emerged out of considering all of these different pieces. Working toward what you want is not necessarily a linear process. It's an iterative process. We're always kind of doubling back on it. And the thing that's interesting in today's world is most people will have between 5 and 7 different careers, not jobs, but careers. It's really exciting because what you learn in college is the data or the information is out of date between 3 and 5 years after you graduate. So it is about using your mind, how it works, your ability to be a lifelong learner, your ability to take in and structure new information in different ways. That opens all kinds of doors in all kinds of ways.